So let's talk about some movie news and some movies.
What if I want to talk about puppies and kittens?
I love puppies and kittens.
Nothing wrong with that.
Let's talk about puppies and kittens.
Sadly, this is not a puppies and
For
kittens
30
podcast.
Let's make it one.
Deep down inside, that's what we.
This is what we always wanted it to be.
Yeah, we were just.
This is.
Well, look at all the animal films that we've tackled. I mean,
yeah,
all the
Sons
songs
of Mask.
That's true. It does have a dog fighting a baby.
A baby.
Yeah. Masterpiece. I figure we get into the topics. Who wants to start?
Well, I guess we should start with your topic.
Okay.
It's the big news of the week.
All right. Lord Snyder himself has decided to bestow upon us the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League. I am just wanted to ask two questions here. One, do y'all find this news intriguing? And two, do you think this will affect how fandom can have control over films?
Well, on one, yes, I do find this intriguing because it is a Zack Snyder movie.
Yeah.
And even though I don't love a lot of his movies that he's made, they're not necessarily unforgettable movies. They're not forgettable movies. You're going to get something interesting with whatever he's going to make. Two, I think it has less to do with that and just the circumstance surrounding this. The fact that there is a Snyder cut is very unique in of itself. Because
they had already filmed the movie, and then like they had 6 months of just total reshoots of the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I'm intrigued by this just because Zack Snyder is one of the directors. He's not perfect. His movies can sometimes be just bloated nonsense, but I really like the guy. Like you can tell he's passionate about what he makes. There was actually a comment by the Thor Ragnarok director, Taika Waititi, that really showed me what makes the difference between Snyder and some other directors that tackle comic book movies. And Taika Waititi said, I'm doing this Thor movie so I can make my real movies. Whereas Snyder views, Justice League and BVS as his real movies.
Right.
Same with Nolan and Todd Phillips. They take these movies very serious.
Yeah, or the guys that made Captain America: Civil War, they consider this their movies.
Yep, and Sam Raimi.
Yeah, Sam Raimi.
So whenever I thought about that, I was thinking, Snyder, this is not just a
side project.
This is his art. So I'm happy he's getting to show his vision. I know.
I'm happy for him.
Not a lot of people love his movies, and I totally get that. I personally do. I'm not saying they're perfect. But there's always something just intriguing about them, how he tries to tackle things differently than other things in the genre.
This just in, Tyler thinks Zack Snyder is the perfect director.
He's the GOAT. The greatest of all time.
I got an answer for both of those questions, though.
What?
No to the first one. And to the second one, customers or fans always have control over anything in any industry.
Not this much control, though.
Yeah, and
this is new. I mean,
I do think
the Snyder Cut was a joke for the longest time.
In my opinion, this
has never happened. Not like this.
It's like this. If it's going to make money and if the fans are going to like it, they're going to go buy it. It doesn't matter what. There's no rules there. It's literally just as long as it makes money, as long as the fans like it. The fans don't even really have to like it, as long as they buy it.
Here's why I'm stunned this happened. Because the movie, if Justice League made a lot of money, the theatrical cut, then I wouldn't be shocked if they put this out. The fact that Justice League lost about $300 million, and now they're deciding to do this, stuns me for multiple reasons. One, this is a movie that looks bad. If it turns out to be... Warner Bros. They're in a no-win situation here, because what happens if it's great? They look like idiots.
Yep.
They look like total buffoons for not releasing this cut. And even if it's terrible, it's better than what we got in theaters. At least it's made by an actual director and a vision, instead of just this Frankenstein mess made by Warner Brothers, where they're like, Josh Whedon, we're going to give you no time, and you have to go in and change everything about this director who's differently stylistically than you, and just try to make it work. And Josh Whedon's like, what? So, I mean... this is a no-win situation for them, so that's why I'm stunned this is even getting put out. Because PR-wise, this makes WB look stupid. I'm intrigued by the Snyder Cut though, just because of I'm a Snyder fan, and I think he's very ambitious with the movies he makes. Might not be perfect, but he puts a lot of heart and passion into them, and I'm glad. And also, I'm just glad that he's getting to do this because of everything that happened to him whenever Justice League was about to be released. Because they fired him. and they put out a big statement like, "Oh, Snyder had to leave because his daughter committed suicide," and it turns out that that's not the case at all. They fired him and then used his daughter's suicide as a scapegoat to fire him. That's sick. So I'm glad that he's making Warner Bros. Look pretty stupid here.
And another thing about it is the fact of like the passion thing. Like if it's still something that I hate, like I'm glad he was passionate about it.
Yeah.
Doesn't really change my opinion of
No. I'm not saying that you have to like it, but I am saying that there is passion behind it.
Yes. But I will say this about the whole thing, about the whole fandom thing. It's just like my overall feelings about it is the fact of like I think it has less to do with like fan demands, because I don't know how big of a demand there was for a Snyder Cut.
Huge. Did you not keep up with it? Even the actors got in on it.
I knew a lot of the actors wanted the Snyder Cut.
It started off with a fan petition, and that fan petition was just ridiculous.
Really?
With how I even signed it. It was just on change.org or whatever, but it had an ungodly amount, like billions of signatures. So then the actors got in on it, and a lot of the actors hated the cut of the movie they were in.
Oh yeah, of course, like Ben Affleck.
Oh god, yeah.
You could see the hatred on his face on screen.
He came out this week and was like, "Thank you, fans." Like he was like, "Thanks for getting this release."
But here's one thing that does kind of scare me. Will this kind of lead to fan entitlement? Because you do get a little bit of that.
That's what I was about to suggest is maybe, but honestly, I don't think as much because this was the BVS and Man of Steel movies had a cult fan base.
Yeah, as imperfect as they were.
Yeah. Including, I was part of that. I like them. But I think a lot of this comes from that cult fan base and then everybody else's intrigue with this. Because the theatrical cut was such a mess to where I think this leads to the point of don't put out a broken product or don't put out a formulaic product.
Yeah. Or, well, here's the thing.
Or you'll get this backlash.
Well, here's the thing. You do mention the passion thing, even though, like, there are plenty of passion projects out there that I don't like and some of them I even despise.
Yeah.
It's going to appeal to some people out there.
Yeah.
Whereas, just because of the fact that there's plenty of people that are passionate about the same things. Mm-hmm. But to quote one of my favorite YouTube reviewers, Yahtzee Croshaw, when you try to appeal to everybody, you appeal to no one.
Which is what the movie did.
Yes.
Justice League theatrical cut.
Yeah, like, I mean, when you try, because whenever you just get, like, this lifeless, soulless, executive-approved mess that, from what you've told me, Justice League
and
absolutely
it wasn't even like the Marvel version of that. Like, it was incompetent.
Yeah, at least Marvel has a sense of competence.
Yeah, like, it was just an incompetent movie altogether. Nothing worked.
And if I can have this little rant here, just because of how Justice League... Whenever I said Marvel is doing it right, it had nothing to do with the tone, and it had nothing to do with it being like better written or anything like that.
It's just coherently.
It had to do with the fact that it took its time. There was a pacing to everything.
Yeah.
You weren't like ham-fisting and wedging Doomsday into the ending of your film just because it's Doomsday.
Yeah. That's the thing that frustrates me about BVS is I think the first half of BVS, at least for me, I know not for you, but I think the first half of it is actually very intriguing and has a lot of great ideas. And then
there are good things there.
And then I just think it shits itself in the third act.
There are great concepts in BVS. In my opinion, I don't think it's very well executed. But I don't think
it's very well executed either at times. But I think some of the ideas are well executed. It just depends. I think the xenophobic fear from Bruce, hating what he doesn't understand, I think is really well done. But some of the Superman ideas are not really that well done. But I think a lot of that had to do too with we already got a Man of Steel solo movie, so they were wanting to flesh out Batman more, and that they forgot to flesh out Superman.
Okay,
but that's just my thought on it.
I'm back, boys.
Yeah. But
we'll try to splice you in.
Yeah,
you will try to. Okay.
we'll have
Brian will.
We'll have Jake do it.
No, okay. No, Brian already offered. I accepted.
But let's move on. Your topic, Mr. Brian.
My topic was, and this has a lot to do with your movie pick this week.
I'm like the greatest film ever made.
Yeah, but we'll get into that later.
I love it.
What separates good Grindhouse from bad Grindhouse? Now, I'm saying this out of the thing because Grindhouse films are what they are.
Because you thought my movie was a piece of shit.
Because Grindhouse movies, because Grindhouse movies by default are very trashy. Like they're not really meant to be quality. They're not meant to be like any good. They're exploitation films.
Yeah.
They're meant to like just satisfy this primal need to watch sex, violence, gore.
See, I like them on a different level. I like them on the nonsense level.
And nonsense.
Like, that's my favorite part of Grindhouse movies is how just stupid they are. Like, the script makes no sense. The people have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they're just making an incompetent mess. And it's beautiful.
And I guess my question is, why is there still considered like a line between like there's good Grindhouse and then there's bad Grindhouse? For
me, there isn't. I think I've liked every Grindhouse movie there is, just because on the premise of like these are just so cheap and stupid. I kind of just like every one of them. Like the one I told you about earlier, movie called Pieces,
which is a movie we have to talk about.
Yes,
I need to
I
watch
will
this
be
movie.
Suggesting that. Probably actually the episode that Michael does with us, I'll suggest that one.
Okay.
Pieces is hilarious. But
Michael Douglas is coming on the show?
Not Michael Douglas, but Michael the artist, the greatest artist of all time, Ellswick.
Michael Artist, gotcha.
Yeah, Michael Artist. The GOAT.
But, and with me, you know what I think a lot of it has to do with?
What?
I think it has a lot to do with personality and presentation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, here's the thing. I love Rob Zombie movies.
Yeah.
Well, most of them, at least.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of it has to do with I love the white trash, redneck presentation that it has. I love the personality of a lot of his characters, just with how unapologetically horrible and how much they love being horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
hold on one second.
Go ahead.
Save this topic for whenever we talk about All Hallows Eve.
Okay.
Because I think this is a very good topic, except for I think it's good whenever we tie in with that movie.
Okay.
Because I think this is actually a pretty cool conversation we can have.
All right.
But I get where you're getting at. Just I think we see it in different ways.
Okay.
What's your topic there, G.I. Joe?
If you could choose one person to be out of any movie, who would it be?
If I could choose to be any person out of one movie, probably Jesus. Passion of the Christ. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, in fairness, that is like a free ticket to heaven.
That is true. You know where you're going.
Oh,
that would actually give you a lot of catharsis.
That's true.
Oh my god.
Probably I don't know. Probably Deadpool.
Why wouldn't you choose like Cobra Commander from G.I. Joe?
That is true. Why not?
Oh wait, no. Here's my actual topic. Do you all feel sorry for Cobra Commander and G.I. Joe? Because I do.
I never watched it.
You've never watched G.I. Joe? Okay, so Cobra Commander, he is the pinnacle.
Why did you indulge this? Why did you entertain this question?
Abby always wonders why we take so long with these.
Yeah, but listen to this. Here's the thing with Cobra Commander. This is stuff you never think about.
Okay.
He is surrounded by incompetent buffoons, and that's why his plans always go awry. It's not because he is a incompetent leader, but everyone around him...
No one knows what you're talking about.
I think Kyle can relate right now.
I'm so confused. I feel sorry for your girlfriend.
But what? Brian, you've
She's
watched
with
G.I.
a
Joe.
fool.
Me and Brian used to watch G.I. Joe.
I haven't watched G.I. Joe in 15 years!
Brian, are you telling me that Cobra Commander's incompetent? Are you telling
I don't care!
Brian, this is a cultural staple for America.
It really represents who we are as
You,
people.
well, first off, Cobra Commander's a terrorist in that show.
But I feel sorry for him. I do.
Oh, okay.
But hear me out. Take the episode.
I would be Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man's cool.
I would be Spider-Man.
No, that's no longer the topic.
It is the topic.
It's better than the other one.
No, it isn't. Think about this.
I'd be corporate commander, whatever, if I get you to shut up.
Cobra, but why aren't you Snake Eyes?
I'll be Snake Eyes if you want me to be Snake Eyes.
What's Snake Eyes?
Anything that you
Who
want
is Snake Eyes?
Anything you want me
Who's
to
Snake
be.
Eyes?
He's a ninja!
Yes, he is a ninja. Who's Snake Eyes?
I
then?
don't. Okay, he's a ninja then.
No, who's the man under the mask? That's what we want to know.
It'll be me.
It's
if
never
you want me to
explained.
be.
Nobody cares.
Well, let me get back to my original topic, Brian.
no.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Yes, we're moving
All right,
on.
we're signing off on this topic.
You're just getting away from my topic.
Oh my god, this topic is so dumb.
But you won't even let me
I
explain
don't even
it.
know what you're talking about.
Have you ever watched G.I. Joe?
No.
You've never watched G.I. Joe?
No.
Why?
Maybe when I was a kid.
There you go. See? So you have
Maybe
to...
he doesn't remember.
Wait, I don't remember. I just remember like there was like these soldier guys drowning in quicksand once in a cartoon.
That was, yeah, I think that's an episode of G.I.
Oh,
Joe.
okay, well that's cool. I don't remember much from it. I just remember that and I was like, oh, that'd be scary if that happened.
You might as well just say, hey, you know who should be a sympathetic character and who's really undervalued? Skeletor from He-Man.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent of this.
Cobra Commander's on the same level of fame as Skeletor from He-Man.
You're missing the point of the statement here, Jake.
Have you seen Action Point?
No, I didn't watch Action Point.
Ron, why do you never watch the movies? He never watches the movies.
I did watch Action Point and well, I mean,
It's funny.
it's fine.
Yeah. That wasn't meant to be a masterpiece.
No.
It's directed by Johnny Knoxville.
No, you know what my problem with Action Point honestly was? I think a lot of it had to do with actually how tame it was in a lot of ways. Like, Johnny Knoxville is known for doing crazy shit.
Well, that's the thing. Every
And-
stunt in the movie was performed by the person.
I give him credit for that. I think that's one of the compliments I did have for the movie I sent to you. Was like, I like the stunt work.
The stunts are awesome, man.
But, like, it has this formulaic, cliche, generic plot about, like, oh, well, we gotta save the carnival. And it's like, that is so overplayed. And, honestly, Johnny Knoxville, I was expecting a little bit more, I guess.
Well, here's the thing. This is the reason I give it a solid 6.5, 7 out of 10 movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is, in my mind, and my own thought on it, my theory, this is sort of Johnny Knoxville on the backside of 40. He's
Mm-hmm.
like going down in his career, not really going down in his career anyway, but more so like going down with the stunts he's doing and not being able to do the crazy stuff.
The movie is meditative. It's almost about Johnny Knoxville in a lot of
Yeah,
ways.
it's his, yeah.
And I think that
It's
stuff.
it's
I think that
growing-
stuff is cool, but
Yeah.
I just think the execution of it, I don't think is really well handled. For me, I think there's a lot more you could have explored with that.
Oh, definitely.
With a guy that is so enthralled by damage and all these things that back in the day kind of kids did. But I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a mouse.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Well,
Sorry, I don't.
Where?
At the breaker box.
well, it happens.
No.
Yep. Alrighty, let's go on.
Okay.
Yeah. You can just
I'm not walking.
Just get
on
bit by it and turn to Mouse Woman.
go over there.
Mouse Woman's cool. Have you ever seen Mouse Woman?
I actually haven't.
Oh, I haven't either. I'm just
Wait,
making it
is that a
up.
movie?
No.
I gotta find out if it's a movie.
I actually thought that
That'd be awesome what it was.
This is the most disorganized episode.
But anyway,
Well, we're back, guys. After 2 weeks, this is what we got.
Very nice.
Yep. A cousin show. Please still listen to us. We're not this bad usually.
Yes, we are.
But oh well.
I don't even see it.
I do.
Well, we can eat it. Oh yeah.
In fairness, Dad has been wanting to catch that stupid mouse.
Yep. All right. Let's go on.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
My bad.
Let's see here. Action Point. My rating for it is I'd probably give it a 5 out of 10.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Closer to a 6, just because I admire it for what Johnny Knoxville's trying to do, but I don't think it all works together.
Yeah, I give it a solid 6, 6.5, just for that reason. I thought it was an entertaining movie. It's a good turn off your mind and just laugh at people hitting their heads.
Yep.
That's
and
all. And there's also a little bit of like a sort of a decent theme to the movie.
I'm interested. I kind of want to watch this movie.
and Brian will give it a NA for.
He will give it a -5 when he
No,
watches
no.
it.
Just
This is-
because he's not-
DNW did not watch.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about the masterpiece. Actually, we'll say that one for last because of the Grindhouse conversation.
All right.
We'll talk about your pick. I can't remember the name of it, but I remember. I know what it was. It was the Japanese movie we all watched.
Yeah, I think I call it Samurai X because I think that's what it says in the box title, but it's pretty much called Ryuni Kenshin.
Wait, that was your pick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never even told me.
Well, I mean, he's already seen it.
Yeah, you've
so
already
it
seen
didn't-
it, so-
it doesn't really matter.
Is that the one where we kept doing like the terrible?
It was like that stupid guy was like kept on making like it was like the nicest person in the world.
Yeah,
while the woman kept
yeah.
screwing
We
up.
kept like being like Chad
Okay,
versus.
so
Hamlet, yeah.
so this is actually based off of an anime
Mm-hmm.
that I actually can't in good conscience go back and watch because apparently the creator of the original manga of this is apparently a really bad person.
Mm-hmm.
So but you guys can look up you guys can look up what he did. But yeah, so the whole premise of the movie is pretty much this former assassin goes to Tokyo. He's pretty much just a wanderer now. Like he's sworn off killing. He's become kind of like this pacifist, and he ends up getting tied into this crime lord in Tokyo, who is the greatest actor ever.
He's the best part of the movie.
The crime lord.
Oh yeah, the dude
The
with
crime
the bowl
lord's
cut.
yeah, the crime lord's the best actor in the whole movie.
Yeah.
He's not actually giving a good performance. By God, it's so entertaining.
He's hamming it up. He's just
Yeah.
having the time of his life.
Yeah.
That and just his character is so stupid too.
Yeah.
Like, his character is so over the top and dumb. It's amazing.
But the best part of this movie is definitely the choreography and the fight work.
I disagree. Actually, the
I
more I
actually-
think about it, I think the choreography's kind of bad.
I love it.
I think it's like decent, I guess, but it doesn't do anything really that spectacular or great. I think
I will.
Jump cut, jump cut, jump cut,
it,
jump
it
cut.
does have a lot of really bad editing choices too, which is not choreography, but the editing in the movie is absolutely atrocious. Like it does like that slow.
Yeah, the slow mo thing. Yeah,
God.
I do agree that the editing is bad.
It doesn't do like Snyder does either. It's just like and like really choppy and
Yeah,
just
and
ugly.
for some reason I think like it seems like the screen goes kind of fuzzy
Yeah.
too. It has that all going for
It's
it.
very poorly done.
I will say this. I will admit this. Yeah, the editing does kind of take the choreography away from
I don't
it a
think
little
the
bit.
score's anything memorable either.
I like the score. I do like the score, but I will say this: the editing gets a whole lot better in movies 2 and 3 because this was a trilogy. I think a fourth one is actually about to come out. But yeah, I will say this: it's a fun movie to me. Like I think we had a blast watching it. We had a blast.
I had fun watching it. Just
It's a great riff movie.
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
it's hilarious with friends.
Yeah.
I would suggest if you're ever going to watch this movie, watch it with a bunch of friends.
And it manages to
because-
be a good riff movie while still being a decent movie on its own. It's not like so bad it's good or anything. It should get so silly at times you can riff it.
I think it's average. I'd give it a 6 out of 10.
It gets
the max.
it gets an 8 from me. I give it an 8.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoy this movie. Now 2 and 3 are actually great movies. I will say, like
Okay.
2 and 3 are great films. In fact, if you think that how evil and fun that the villain in the first movie is, the villain in the second and third movie is just
Crazy.
crazy. Like we actually should get to. I actually might make it like after California next week because that'll be my pick next week.
Yeah.
After that one, I will do 2 and 3.
Alrighty.
In the weeks after that. But yeah, that's my.
What's your rating, Jake?
Uninteresting out of 10.
Uninteresting out of 10. That's very interesting.
You actually did like the second and third one though.
Alright.
I'd give it a 6, and you give it an 8. Now let's talk about the movie that Brian absolutely despises.
Yeah.
All Hallows Eve. I will describe my feelings towards this movie first. I've been picking a bunch of dramas and artsy-fartsy movies on here, and I was thinking, I'm going to pick a bunch of stupid shit. And I'm going to pick a movie that I adore, that's really dumb, and had no money behind it, and it was made just by a crazy person who was passionate about what he was doing. And it's called All Hallows Eve. This guy, the director, used to be a practical effects artist for a lot of movies, and then decided one day, hey, I'm just going to make a movie of my own. He made a couple shorts. And 2 of them were really bad, and one of them's awesome, in my opinion. And he basically just put them all in this movie, All Hallows Eve. And this movie was made to be pretty much hey, if you like this Art the Clown character, then maybe you can help fundraise for a Terrifier movie, which is what we want to do, which is my pick next week. But I think this movie is it's not perfect, but it's so stupid and silly to me, and I like the practical effects. I like the camera work. I like how just hammy and bad the acting is at times, even though some of the kids get annoying. I think the first short is pretty. The second short is terrible, and the third short to me was awesome. So for me, it's just a fun Halloween movie if you like Grindhouse throwbacks. All right, Jake, what'd you think about it? I'm gonna say Brian for last because I know he's gonna rip it.
There's not much for me to say about it.
Yeah.
Slishy, slashy,
Bunch of
blood in the
stupid
bathroom. There's some stupid stuff. Some really stupid stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's some stupid stuff that's entertaining.
Mm-hmm. I thought the most entertaining part was the was the third. Whenever he like kidnaps that one girl and puts her on that thing or whatever, and he like pointing and laughing at her. And I just love Art the Clown's performance there, or like the air horn, how he does that honk honk.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
The movie's just a bunch of nonsense.
The alien part sucks.
Yeah,
That's the worst part of the movie. Even Brian can agree.
It was.
Right there.
I'll
Even though
give
he
it
hates
one.
the movie.
It's kind of trippy, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's just a trashy, nonsensical movie. What'd you give it out of 10?
I'll give it a completely arbitrary score out of 10.
Okay. I'm giving this a 6 out of 10. I found it very enjoyable. And Brian, go ahead and rip apart the movie, because I know you hate
I
it.
want to go ahead and get the positives out of the way.
I want to hear the negatives. I'm dying. Oh, you do it however you want. Fine.
I will say this: Art the Clown is fine. He's cool. There are times I actually grew to actually kind of appreciate the fact that he makes no sound.
Mm-hmm.
And there are even a few mannerisms that he does that I do like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now that that's done, I hate this movie.
Yeah.
I really do.
Was it not complex enough for you or deep enough? I'm kidding. I don't think you understood it. The deeper message of art. Of art! Art!
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So deep.
arbitrary.
Hey, I can tell you one thing for you go off on the rant. You can thank Michael Ellswick for this.
Yeah, buddy. Michael, I don't know you. I love the work. I love the work you do for us, man.
But he hates you.
He also hates you at this moment.
I hate the movie. I hate the movie. I hate it. I honestly, I had to, when I first watched it, there wasn't a thing I liked about it. I didn't even like Art. I didn't even like him.
I loved Art.
He actually grew on me. He had to grow on me before I started kind of appreciating that. Okay.
How serious did you take this movie?
I didn't take it serious at all.
This is a dumb movie.
I know it's a dumb movie. Okay? Like I said, I love Rob Zombie. One of my favorite zombie films, not Rob Zombie, just zombie movies, is Return of the Living Dead. Mm-hmm. That movie is stupid as hell.
What didn't you like about it then? I am curious.
Honestly, I hated how random it was.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the most thing. We'll start with like the framing device.
Yeah.
The framing device of the movie is babysitter takes two kids trick-or-treating. They get an unlabeled videotape. In 2013, someone still had a VCR to play that unlabeled videotape. These two teenage kids,
Yeah, sure.
these two preteen kids in 2013 had a VCR to play an unlabeled videotape.
Who cares?
Again,
It's about that.
That's how much I hate this movie. I'm nitpicking things that don't matter.
That stuff doesn't matter. Who cares?
Hey, I'm saying it doesn't
That's
matter.
funny.
But I'm pointing that out as a negative because that's how much I hate it. But anyway, now the framing device is kind of cool. The framing device is kind of cool. But then the shorts start.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the first one, yeah, you see Art.
Do you not think that was cool? Like the intro of Art at the bus station?
Yeah, that was kind of interesting. But then he disappears halfway through the short. He never comes back.
Well, that's actually one of the big complaints with the movie is there is not enough Art the Clown, which is why the director made a whole movie about Art the Clown.
Yeah. So he disappears. Then all of a sudden you got like this, I guess this cult that's kidnapped this girl.
Yeah.
Like a woman gets her fetus cut out of her. And then I actually looked up Wikipedia. He's literally called Satan.
Mm-hmm.
Just shows up and just rapes a girl.
Yeah.
And then it's over.
Yeah, that was pretty dumb.
And then it's over. And then the second short happened.
That's the worst
And
one.
I almost quit.
Yeah, I actually almost quit the first time I watched the movie too on the second short.
Let me go.
Second short does suck.
Let me go and tell you how bad this.
There is nothing in the second short worth watching.
Let me go and tell you how bad this alien costume is. I legitimately thought it was a CGI effect at first. Mm-hmm. That's how bad the alien costume was. It took me a minute to realize that is a man in a costume.
Yeah,
I
he's
thought
just wearing a stupid mask.
Yeah, I thought it was a CGI effect. I'm not kidding. Okay, so the second short sucked. Now the third short I still didn't like, but it is the best short. It's the best short in the movie.
What didn't you like about third short? I'm curious.
And you know what? It might be. It might have been the fact that I was just so done with the movie that I just couldn't bring myself to like it. It could have been that.
Because the third short actually is a original short that was released before the movie even came out.
First off, I do like the fact that in the third short, it's the only short that has a coherent narrative to it.
Yeah.
Like, girl stops at gas station. There's an evil clown there. Evil clown chases her, captures her.
He apparently
mutilates
shits
her.
all over the walls.
Yeah, and mutilates her. Yeah, I don't know where the hell that was from.
Well, that was just more of a dumb thing. Like, he does the same thing in Terrifier, where he shits on the walls and writes art.
And I know that you like the effect of when she's on the cadaver.
Oh, that was incredible.
I didn't like it.
I thought it was amazing.
I didn't like it.
I didn't think it was scary or anything, but I mean, as for effects, I thought it was really well done.
I thought it was stupid. I really did. I thought it was a stupid effect.
Stupid. I see. I'm confused by what you mean by stupid, because there's a difference between. Of course, it's stupid, but as for like the quality of the actual effect,
you know what
good.
it is? It was the faces she was making.
That's the actress. That's not the effect. That's her fault.
It's still
the effect is good. Like the effect looks like a real body.
The effect looks like a real body, but I can totally tell that her face is just kind of plastered on there.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I'm not convinced at all.
Again, this is a movie made for $1,000.
Yes.
I mean, look, I'm not going to harp on things like that. Whenever you and actually, that's not the movie made for $1,000, because that's actually just the short that was made for like 500 or 300.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. But I'm just saying. But at that point, I was so done with the movie, I don't care.
Okay.
I just don't care. Like, I just got done watching a really terrible alien-looking thing
Yeah, that
kidnap
one
a girl.
sucked, but...
And by this point, I'm just so done. I'm not giving you any props. I'm not giving that grindhouse filter you decided to bring up out of nowhere in the third act. That was
its own short. The own short had that.
Yeah, but I'm still not giving you kudos for it, because I'm just so done with this movie.
Okay.
But again, now there is one little moment that I liked in the movie, and it is at the end of the framing device, where the girl is now running through the house trying to get up to the kids, and then there's Art outside the kid's bedroom, covered in blood, and he's laughing and pointing in the room like he just did the greatest prank ever, and he's so excited about it. Like, he's pretty much saying that him decapitating these two kids is such a great prank. And I did like that. That was a nice little touch.
Yeah. Did you see the after credit? Probably not.
I did.
Because you were done.
As soon as that movie cut the credits, I was done.
The after credit is Art coming towards the TV. Like,
I did see that.
He's going to come towards you.
Yeah.
Oh, that was pretty cool.
I did see that. But here's the thing, another thing, and I get you told me that the director has fully admitted this. He wears his inspirations on his sleeve.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm going to go ahead and name off all the movies that this movie
I can do it for you.
Kind of rips off. Okay, VHS first
The
off.
Ring.
The Ring, Trick or Treat, you Say House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah.
Oh man, what else? I had a fifth one. Ah, damn.
It.
It. Yeah, It.
Especially with the alien thing and how he's connected to the alien thing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. One thing I can say about, like, because we were going to go into a conversation about good Grindhouse versus bad Grindhouse, or like what to me, I guess personally, because again, I'm an idiot with a microphone just ranting about a movie I didn't like. Nothing I'm saying really means anything.
No, you're wrong for not liking this masterpiece, the greatest film of all time, All Hallows Eve.
Yeah, but I guess what I guess I was getting into was the fact of, I think what I called this when we first talked about it was random the movie. Like, everything is just so random. Everything just comes out of nowhere.
Terrifier does have more of a coherent plot.
Yeah.
I think that this movie is more random just because of the circumstances it was made under. I guess I appreciate this movie for just existing because of all the things that went into making it, because this was just a movie scrapped together, and this guy was really passionate about it. Like, he put his heart and soul into this, and like, it's not the greatest movie ever made, but there's a lot of passion behind it. I mean, this guy really tried, and he was just a set designer who wanted to make a movie.
Yeah,
and he did.
And as far as independently low-budget films made, I've seen I Hate Everything's review of The Amazing Bulk and Shark Exorcist. I know how bad low-budget movies can be. This is a good, like I'm not like comparing those movies to that or anything like that.
You're comparing it to actual like higher budget films.
Not even that. I'm comparing it more to stuff like The Void and stuff like that. Now, The Void did have a bigger budget than this movie, I'm sure.
Yeah, The Void had like over $1 million.
I don't think it got $1 million.
I think it had $1 million.
I think the budget was 150. That might have been the box office. It might have been 150.
Yeah.
But I guess the thing is with that is the fact of it, and it's not even the bad effects that I can handle bad effects. You know I can handle bad effects.
I don't know where you're getting with bad effects. I think the effects besides the alien part, I think the effects are incredible. In All Hallows Eve, I think the effects are amazing.
I don't. I don't. But here's the thing: I wouldn't mind that as much if I just understood what the hell was going on.
Well, it's not. It's an anthology. Like, it's just nonsense.
And VHS is an anthology too.
Yeah, and none of it comes together coherently.
Like Trick or Treat's kind of an anthology movie.
And that's different. That is a more of a coherent narrative told in a comic book form, in a lot of ways. Whereas movies like VHS and VHS 2 are just these fun little shorts put together. And with this movie, I don't know. I like how they connect Art the Clown to each short. Even if it didn't work out perfectly, I thought that was cool.
What does Art the Clown have to do with demons? What does he have to do with aliens?
I don't know.
What is Art the Clown?
What's the point in explaining that? That's whenever once you start explaining things, that's whenever it gets dumb.
I'm not saying you have to go in the full lore of Art the Clown or anything like that. I'm just saying
They actually kind of do give a reasoning in Terrifier 2, but I'll wait for you to see that.
okay, but I'm just saying the fact of like I still need some context here. I'm not asking for an explanation. I'm just looking for context. That's the problem with this movie. It has no context whatsoever.
I think you're looking too much into this.
Things just happen. Like
you are right. Things just happen in this movie. And it is incoherent. I will agree.
And I can't get past that. Is the problem. It's not that I'm looking too far. Like I said, I love Rob Zombie films.
I am fascinated to hear your opinion on Terrifier. Because it is very different than All Hallows Eve. Like, it still has Art the Clown going around killing people, stuff like that. But it actually is a coherent narrative.
Yeah.
Like, it all comes together and flows nicely.
And it doesn't even need a coherent narrative. Like I said, I don't think a Grindhouse movie needs a coherent narrative at all.
No, I think it's actually what makes them better. The more incoherent I like it.
Yes, but there's a difference between coherent and context. There is a difference between. With context, there still is kind of like some build-up or even just some like source of everything that's happening. You know, it doesn't have to make sense.
Sure.
Not at all. But I can't just get into something where stuff just happens for no reason.
I can. I love it. I love this movie.
Yeah, and we were also going to get into like personality and presentation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what do you think is the personality and presentation of this movie? Like
of All Hallows Eve?
Like, because I was saying that Rob Zombie has like this presentation of like this very just white trash.
See, I viewed
gross.
I viewed it as more of the 70s exploitation horror. Like, you look at movies like we were talking about earlier, Pieces, or a movie that Michael has suggested to me. I ain't seen it, but I have seen a lot about it. Society. Or a movie like I Drink Your Blood. Like, it has a throwback to them where it's just nonsensical randomness that just happens.
Okay.
And it's that style of just throwing shit together and seeing what sticks.
Yeah, because here's the thing. I originally thought going in, I assumed because it's a videotape, I thought it was going to have a VHS where it was going to have kind of like this snuff film feel. Which it doesn't. It just has, like, all of the shorts are like...
Well, that has more to do with the shorts were actually shot way before the movie because they never planned to even put this...
Yeah, but they do also explain the fact that she's being recorded right now as we speak, as if like Art has like these magical recording powers to make films out of all the people that he's slaughtering.
Yeah, they do the thing where the girl calls the house. She's like, help or whatever.
Well, yeah, and she even comes up on the TV, and there's Art sitting behind her.
Yeah. I thought that was cool. It made no sense, but I thought it was cool.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's just, like, it doesn't need to make sense. I just need something. Like, just some kind of, like source to all this.
There's less of that in Terrifier. Terrifier, there's a lot of him just hashing and slashing. Like, there is no, like, only the ending, I think, of Terrifier. Like, there's some, like, crazy shit. But throughout the whole movie, it's just Terrifier going around slaughtering people. And, again, you might not like that, but I absolutely loved it. I thought it was funny.
I'll be honest. From what you've told me about Terrifier and some of the scenes you've showed me, because you have shown me some scenes of Terrifier, and I think you even showed me the worst scene. You know,
you probably don't think that effect's great, but I think it's incredible.
Well...
That's a great effect.
But even with something like that, I do think I might have to be in a certain mood to watch it. It'll depend on what mood I am.
It's not. I'm not suggesting some thought-provoking
argument. No. It's not like
it's a dumb movie.
No. What I'm saying is, like,
it's stupid.
I need to be in a mood to
watch stupid shit.
No, to watch like mutilations and stuff. Yeah, like that,
but
and all the gore.
It's like it's not done in like a malicious like, oh yes, you know, this is actually scary. It's done in this is dumb.
Okay, so
okay. It's self-aware though. Like it's one of the dumbest things. It was actually one of my favorite movies of the year it came out.
Okay.
I think I put it in my top 10. Actually had my favorite male performance in it, which was the guy who played Art. The only performance I thought that topped it was the actress from Hereditary.
Oh, yeah.
I love Terrifier.
I'll watch it. It's on Netflix, and I will watch it.
That's why I picked it, was because it was on Netflix. But I guess me and you just see grindhouse films differently. For me, they're more of like just fun, exploitive. Like none of them have to have context or make sense or anything. Like they can just be a bunch of random shit as long as you get 3 categories right. Stupid gore, that's nonsensical and dumb. Well, you know what? This I will take 1 point off for All Hallows Eve because the boob count wasn't that high. Which your grindhouse
Very important.
Yeah.
There you go.
Grindhouse movies, that's the finest of them right there. But that was pretty low. There actually was none in it. And then I guess I don't know, just wacky nonsense. I mean, just something just innocent and stupid. I guess that's what I look for in 'em.
I guess I have one
Nonsense.
rule. I just have one rule with it. Just have context.
Yeah.
And have personality.
Yeah.
You can't be a grindhouse film and not have some kind of personality.
That's
to
the
you.
thing that I felt like All Hallows Eve did have a personality, but you didn't see the same thing I did.
I didn't see the same thing you did. I think that's just differing
Preferences,
opinions.
yeah.
At that point. Yeah, because all I got was just like a low budget home movie. That's
Yeah.
pretty much what I got.
I will say the cinematography I think is incredible in Terrifier. I think
yeah?
it has a lot of really awesome shots, especially what they do with color with such a
Okay.
low budget.
Okay.
But overall, I give it a 6. Jacob gives it a what the hell? I don't care. And Brian, what'd you give this masterpiece?
You know, for you, just for you,
The greatest film ever made.
I'm not gonna. Just for you, I'm gonna give it a 2.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Just for
2
you.
out of 10, baby.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie.
Uh-huh.
I think this is your worst movie yet.
Yeah.
He told me he thought it was worse than Son of the Mask.
Because I can laugh at Son of the Mask.
Oh my God. No.
I can laugh at how bad that movie is.
No, at least there was passion put behind this movie.
Passion is.
Tell me there was no passion in Son of the Mask.
That's true. Son of the Mask is the most
Didn't
passionate
you see
film
that
ever.
CGI?
That's true. It was very, very hardly made.
Yeah.
They really slaved away at that.
Yeah.
But overall, I personally love All Hallows Eve, and I can't wait for you to suffer through Terrifier. It is
I don't like
it
it.
is very different in my opinion. I think it's a way better movie. I think this was
Yeah.
it's not as random as All Hallows Eve. It actually has a story somewhat. So
because
it's a stupid story, but it has one.
Because as soon as I saw my friend yesterday, I was just like, okay, listen, it's great that you're here. It's cool that we're gonna hang out, but I got to rant about this movie that my dick friend Tyler told me I needed to watch for a podcast that I'm starting to hate, and we might not be friends anymore. Actually, I might.
Hey, you should have her watch it. She'll love it. It's a great movie.
No,
You described it to her, and she's probably like, "This is horrible." It's the greatest film ever made. All right, so I think that's about it. Anything else y'all want to talk about? We talked about Lord Snyder. We talked about grindhouse movies, and we talked about G.I. Joe.
Can we continue to talk about Cobra Commander?
No!
I think we're done.
We're done.
Wait, but there's a thing about Cobra Commander.
What?
He's